right. Welcome everybody to today's event, How to Develop a Balanced Lifestyle. So my name is Mi Kim Tran. I am the Executive Director for Wicker Foundation, and I will be the presenter for today's event, okay? So before we get started, I'd like to share a little bit about myself. So like I said, I'm the Executive Director of Wicker Foundation. I started my career as a speaker in 2010 in motivating and inspiring youth to feel good about themselves. So I talk a lot about body image and mental health and physical health. And then I got my bachelor's degree in media communication in understanding how the media influenced our mind. And then in 2011, I went and got my master's degree in health psychology in understanding how the body and mind is connected. So I focus mainly on physical and mental health. And then in 2015, I went and got my PhD in humanistic psychology in understanding what motivates, inspire, and empower individuals to reach their full potential. So that's a little bit about me. So let's get started with today's event. Today's agenda will be straightforward. In the first half of the hours, I will share with you how to develop a balanced lifestyle, the 3 areas that we need to keep in balance in order for our life to be not stressed. And then method, how to keep your life in balance, and tools, how to help you become more productive so you can get more things done throughout the day or throughout the week to help you achieve more in life, okay? And then the second part will be question and answer. So as I go through the content in the first half, if you have any question, please post them in the chat box, okay? And please remember to post all your question and comment so everybody can see, okay? Because if you only post them to me, other people might not know what you asked, and they might repeat the same question. And then I might have to repeat the same answer. So please remember, you have question or comment, please post them in the chat box so everybody can see, okay? And then I will try my best to answer the question as best I can to help you successfully. And I will also be answering some of the questions that are being asked on the registration form when you register for the event, okay? So let's get started. What are the 3 life areas that we need to keep in balance in order for us to become successful? So the 3 areas is career, health, and relationship, okay? And I will share with you 2 perspectives on why these 3 areas need to be in balance in order for you to become successful in life, okay? So the first perspective comes from health psychology, okay? So when it comes to health psychology, anything that we do on a daily basis, they cause us the most stress. They are considered daily hassle. Things that we do daily is a hassle because we have to do it. And those things, if you can't manage well, you become very stressed out. So for example, career, yes, we might not have to work 100% of our life, but we work like 80% of our life. And that is a lot of our time. So that is considered a daily hassle, okay? Health, no matter how old or how young you are, you still have to manage your health, okay? We still have to eat, no matter what. We have to exercise. We have to sleep, right? So that is considered a daily hassle, and we have to know how to manage that successfully. Our relationship, no matter where you at, you are forming some kind of relationship. At home, if you live with your parents, that is a relationship. If you live with your roommate, that's a relationship. If you live with your spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, that is a relationship. And if you go to work every day, you are forming a relationship with your coworker, with your boss, with your supervisor, or whoever you work with. That is relationship. But also relationship with yourself. We cannot escape the relationship with ourselves because no matter where you're at, you have to deal with yourself. And that's the relationship that people tend to neglect the most is yourself. And so that's why relationship is a daily hassle because no matter where you're at, you are communicating with people and that is forming relationship. And you want to make sure that you have good relationship with the people that you see daily. Most importantly, the people that you see daily have the most impact on your life, and you want to build a good relationship with them, okay? So in this case, if you do not know how to handle those 3 life areas successfully, you become very stressed out. But if you know how to manage them very successfully, you become very happy, okay? And so a lot of times there's a thin line between stress and happiness. If something that's causing you a lot of stress, that means that thing is important. Otherwise, you won't be stressed out, okay? So keep that in mind. So the second perspective on why those 3 life areas is important is come from human potential perspective, okay? So when it comes to human potential, there are 3 areas that we need to do to become successful. First is transpersonal psychology, which means you're using your strength and talent to help others, society. You transcend yourself out there. Whenever you go out and you put yourself out there to help society and the world, that is transpersonal psychology, okay? So humanistic psychology is when you becoming your best self. You discover who you are, your strength, your talent, and you use your strength and talent to be the best person as you can be. And that's called humanistic. You are a human being. So that is humanistic psychology. But the last one is existential psychology. And this is where the 3 life areas come in. Existential means things that already exist in life. Okay, and we need to learn how to manage them successfully. Okay, that's why we call, there's a term that the beginning, you see the word exists, right? Things that already exist in life, you need to take responsibility for it and make them successful. Otherwise, if you ignore them, you will feel a lot of stress and suffering because they exist. You can't ignore them. No matter what you do, you can't escape from them. The only thing that we can do to help us successfully is to learn how to manage them. That is it. The more you avoid them, the more stressed you become, and your life will not become successful. And that's why they call it existential psychology. We have to take responsibility of those 3 life areas because they exist. We can't ignore them. You can't run away from them, okay? And that's why it's important. So if you can do that successfully as a human being, you are able to reach your full potential a lot easier. Okay, and so that is why those 3 life areas is so important. And if you can manage those 3 life areas successfully, you become very productive in life. Okay. So how do we create a balanced lifestyle out of those 3 areas? Okay, so before I share, let's look at a scale. Okay, so as you can see on the scale here, when does a scale become balanced? When both sides has equal weight, right? That's when the scale is balanced. But if on one side you have too much weight, then the scale is off balance, right? And that's not a balanced scale. So in our life, it's the same. We have 3 areas. We need to make sure that those 3 areas are in balance. What that means is that we need to give enough attention to those 3 life areas. If you are stressing out, that means one of those 3 life areas is off balance. Because if you have those 3 areas in balance, then you are in balance. Your lifestyle is in balance and you won't be stressed out. So a key indicator is that if your life is stressing out, then one of those 3 areas is lacking. And you want to reflect on yourself, which 3 life area is lacking, and then you want to give the attention to it. Okay. But in this case, balance doesn't mean you have to give the same amount of time to every single thing. Okay. So like, for example, we tend to be awake for 15 hours. Okay. And we want to split that up evenly in the hours. But sometimes we can spend more time on a career, 8 hours, and then less time on a relationship and health, right? But that's okay. But the key is if you spend 8 hours on your career, but you feel like you're stressing out, then that means somewhere your relationship or your health is lacking, which means you need to give more attention to your relationship or health or whichever that is causing you to stress out. When we miss something in life, all those 3 layers, that means we are stressing out. Because if we take care of those 3 life areas successfully, we won't be stressed out as much. Like, for example, a lot of people are workaholic, right? They put so much time in working that they neglect their relationship and health, because health and relationship is important to everybody. That's something as human being, because that's why I call it existential psychology. Things that already exist, we have to manage. And that's why a lot of people work so much. They become stressed out because they neglect their relationship and health. And the same with any other things, okay? So if you are stressing out, most likely one of those three areas is lacking. And so you want to see which one is lacking, and then you want to give attention to it more, okay? That is an indicator if your life is stressing out, okay? So next, I will show you how to manage your career, relationship, health in a way that help you have a balanced lifestyle, okay? So let's start out with career. Okay. A career, okay? You want to make sure you have a passionate career, because again, you work every single day. And that is a lot of your life. I'm not saying that it's 80%. You can retire soon, but it's a lot of a chunk of our lifetime. And you want to go into work, be happy, and enjoy your work. Otherwise, you wake up every day, drained, and feel, oh my God, why do I have to go to work? That is stress, okay? And you do not want to go to work with that attitude every single day. And that is stress. And negative attitude is stress, okay? So in this case, the key here is that even though you might not be a passionate career right now, but the key is to plan it out, to help you move forward to get there. And that's the key. A lot of people think, oh, I don't have a passionate career. I need to get there as soon as possible. And yes, we want to get there as soon as possible. But the key to decrease stress is to have a plan. So whatever it is, if you need help improving your career, you need a new way to make your career better, create a plan and how to get there. That doesn't mean you quit your job and start develop a passionate career. No, the key is keep your job, but the key is create a plan on how to help you develop a passionate career. And that's the key right there. A plan to help you move forward to get closer to it, okay? You work daily to it. As long as you have a plan and you take your daily step toward it, you will feel a lot better. You will feel more enjoyment every single day you wake up, even though you still have a job on the side that is not as exciting. But as long as you have a plan and you making the effort to take action step every single day to get closer to it, you will feel a lot better. You will feel more excitement because you have something that you look forward to in the future. And that is what we want, okay? So if you don't have one, a passionate career, the key here is take the time, create a plan on how do I move forward to it. And that is what you want, is to have something that you can look forward to every single day, even though you might not make a lot of money, but the key is to help you feel alive every morning, every day when you wake up and feel that enjoyment. And that is what you want, okay? So as long as you have a plan to move forward every single day to get there, I guarantee you, you will feel a lot better. You feel less stressed, and because you have a guidance to lead you to the future, and that is what we want, okay? And also relationship, we go to work every single day, right? We build a relationship with everybody at your workplace. So make sure you take the time to build good relationship with whoever you work with. Remember, because relationship, we can't escape. If something we can't escape, the only thing we can do is to manage it, is to make them successful. Otherwise, you'll be very stressed out, okay? So that is career. Next, we have relationship and health, right? So relationship and health is a little bit different, okay? Because career, we go out there and do our own thing, but relationship and health is two different things. So here's how you want to approach it. Prioritize your tasks. So everything you do for your relationship, everything for your health, you want to prioritize. What that means is that you want to write down every single thing you need to do to make the relationship successful, everything you need to do to make your health successful, okay? So like, for example, when it comes to my health, okay, I will write down every single thing I need to do to become successful, such as eating healthy, exercise, getting rest, getting enough sleep. So those are the four main components, right? So you want to write down every single thing that you need to do for your health. And the same with relationship. Everything you need to do to help you build a good relationship, whoever you live with, right? Every single thing you need to do to make the ideal relationship, okay? And then once you write every single thing down, then you want to arrange them from the most important to the least important, okay? So let's start with health, okay? So right here, example of me, okay, health, like I said, I will write down every single thing that I need to do to have good health. Healthy eating, exercise, resting. When I say resting, it's not about sleeping. Resting is when you take breaks throughout the day, okay? Sleeping is something we do, we have to do no matter what, okay? So that's something we do already. But resting is resting throughout the day, okay? So once I write down every single thing, and then I will prioritize which is the most important to me. So to me personally, healthy eating is the number one important. Resting, sleeping, and exercising. Okay. So when I prioritize, this does not mean I don't rest. This does not mean I don't sleep. This does not mean I don't exercise. It's just that if you can choose one thing to do, that's where you go. Okay. And that's how we know what is important to us. Okay. Because a lot of times when we don't prioritize, we don't know what's important. And then we tend to take random steps. And when you take random steps, you're not going to get the result you want. You have to know what you want first, and then you will know what you need to do with your time. Okay. So, like I said, healthy eating is number one. I will go that first, but that doesn't mean I don't rest throughout the day. That doesn't mean I don't sleep. That doesn't mean I don't exercise. But if I have a choice, if someone put a gun into my head and said, you can only do one thing, that is the one thing I will pick. Okay. And that is how you will make good decision when you have time on your hand. Okay, what I need to do? I have time. Where do you go? To the number one. Okay. So that's health. So let's go with relationship. A lot of people ask me, they have kids, and they don't know how to manage all those kid tasks. So that's a common one. So I give you an example here. Okay. So if you have kids, right, there's so many things that you need to do for your kid, right? Going to school, taking them to school, doing their homework, feeding, bathing, sporting, dancing, or whatever you need to do to take care of your kids successfully. It's the same process, okay? So once you write down all the things that you need to do to help your kids successfully, you want to prioritize what is the most important on the list for you and going down. So if to me personally, okay, I will say doing homework, for example, number one, feeding them, number two, going to school, number three, bathing, sporting, and activities, okay? So you prioritize to know what is the most important to you, and that's where you tackle from the top to the bottom, okay? So how do we approach this, okay, to help you become successful? And it's the same with if you're taking care of your parents, elderly parents or people that you take care of, right? So you write down every single thing that you need to do to take care of them successfully, right? And then you prioritize what is most important. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you go down the list, start from the top to the bottom. And that is how you know what is important to you in life. And that's how you tackle your life. Do the most important thing first. But a lot of people don't. They do random things, okay? So in order to manage this successfully, before I share with you how to approach it, I'd like to share with you what you need to do to help you become successful, okay? Commitment. Commitment, there are two key to commitment, okay? Being on time, okay? Being on time means, let's say that eating healthy is my number one, right? And if I say that I will eat at 12 p.m. for lunch, when 12 p.m. comes, I need to eat my lunch. And that is called commitment. And that's called being on time, okay? So like, for example, do you go to work late? No, right? You don't go to work late. Because if you go to work late, then you will get fired, right? And then you will feel bad. And so when you go to work on time every single day, that means you're committed, okay? And we want to have that same mindset when it comes to doing our daily activity also. Be that commitment. And that's how you will get the result you want out of life, okay? The second one is quality. Quality means you want to do the best as you can, whatever the activity you do. So let's say that I'm eating at 12 p.m., which means every time I eat my lunch, I need to have a quality lunch, okay? And that is quality, not just anything, okay? Quality, okay? When you eat quality, when I have a quality meal, my body will be nourished, I will feel good, and I will get the result I want, okay? And quality is important because if you just doing whatever, think is okay, just eating whatever, then that's not quality, and that's you're not gonna get the result you want out of your activity. Because in life, you want to enjoy your activity, you want to get the benefit out of your activity, and that's how you enjoy doing things in life, is when you get the benefit. But if you don't have the quality in it, then it's hard for you to get the benefit, okay? So you have to be on time and quality, okay? So let's go back to my example, health, right? Healthy eating, exercise, resting, and sleeping. So number one, start out with number one, right? Like I said, healthy eating. If I say I eat at 12 p.m., I need to be committed and eat at 12 p.m. No excuses. And that is the mindset you need to have when it comes to your daily activities, okay? And we tend to neglect that. We have to have that mindset of going to work, be on time. Otherwise, if you don't on time for work, you will get fired. And if you don't on time for your daily activity, you will feel terrible, okay? And quality, every time I sit down and eat a meal, I need to have quality in it, which means I do my best to have a quality meal that I can feel nourished, okay? If you can do that two things successfully, you will have good results, okay? So same with on the bottom, taking care of my kid, doing homework, number one. If I say that my kid need to do homework at 3 p.m., I need to sit them down at 3 p.m., no complaining, no blaming, okay? Have them sit down at 3 p.m. And that is the commitment you want for your kid. You want your kid to become successful, right? And that is the mindset for you as well, for your kid to be a routine and to be committed. And your kid know that that's important to you. And so they will cash out, oh, okay, my mom make me do my homework at 3 p.m. That is important to her. Otherwise, she won't do it, okay? And doing homework quality, which means every time your kid do your homework, make sure they have the best support you can give them, okay? If you don't know how to help them, then you have to find solution ways to help them do their homework successfully. If you need to find a tutor to help them successfully, please do it, because all about quality. Because for them just to sit down and do their homework at 3 p.m. and the quality not coming out of it, then that's no point, right? If they're not doing the homework successfully, they ruin the whole point, because we want to get a good result in everything we do, okay? And being on time is important, and the quality is important, okay? So once I can do number one successfully, which means be on time and quality. If you can't do one thing successfully yet, you cannot go down to number two, okay? Which means throughout the day, no matter what I do, I have to get my eating habit in on time. I don't worry about resting. I still rest, but it's not as important. I don't need to be on time or commitment. Sleeping, I don't need to be on time and quality. Exercise, I don't need to be on time and quality. I still do those things, but not as committed as to number one. Okay, just number one. I'm asking you just to do number one, and that is it. Okay. And if you feel like you can keep to number one already, then you go down to number two. If you are truly successful in number one, okay, then you can go to number two, okay? And if you go to number two, you have to make sure you give the commitment and quality. So let's say that I take my rest at 6 p.m. every day, then I need to rest at 6 p.m. every day. And the resting is not just about sitting there and looking at my phone. And resting is resting. You rest your body, you rest your mind, you rest your spirit. And that is called quality, okay? But if I find out that I can't keep commitment to two things, then I need to only keep commitment to one, okay? Because it's all about quality, okay? Because if you have two things and you try to commit to two things and you can't do it, two things successfully, then where's the quality coming in, right? So in this case, if you can only do one thing, then stick to one thing. I mean, I'm still resting, I'm still sleeping, I'm still exercising, but the key here is to do something very successful, commitment, okay? And here's something I'd like to share with you. In life, everything is connected. If you can get one thing done successfully, I mean successfully, every other things on your list will start to improve along the way. If you're doing one thing successfully, okay? So like, for example, if I am eating healthy every single day, I will have more energy. I will have more motivation to exercise. A lot of times people lack of motivation to exercise, not because of lack of time, okay? So when I'm eating healthy, my body's in the best position to motivate me to exercise. So which means I will have more motivation to exercise. And when you eat healthy, you can sleep better. And when you eat healthy, you can rest better because your body is in a good position, to want to rest. So in this case, if you do one thing successfully, I guarantee you everything on the list on the bottom will start to improve along the way. Okay. And that's why it's all about quality. Okay. A lot of people try to do so many things, try to do so many things and they can't be in control of anything. They feel like, oh my God, I have so many things to do. I can't get anything done successfully because your time, your commitment is not there for any of it. And the key is for commitment to stick to one thing. And of course, you still do all the other things that's on the list. Okay. But you want to stick to one thing. If you only can do one thing successfully, stick to that. And I guarantee you everything on the list on the bottom, when you do it, it will add up, it will improve. And that is the great thing about life, okay? Because when you do so many things and nothing is successful, you feel like, oh my gosh, my life is out of control. My life is out of balance. But if you have one thing that you can truly are in control of, you will still feel in control of your life. Just one thing. If you can have one thing to be in control of, just one, you will feel a lot better. You feel like you are in control. Okay. And that is why commitment is so important to help you feel that you are in control of your life. Just one. Okay. But like I said, everything will improve along the way if you are committed just to one thing. And if you can commit to two things successfully, oh my God, that is very, very good. So in this case, everything that you need to do in your life, career, relationship, with health, pick one thing, okay? And do really well. Be committed to it, okay? And I guarantee you everything on the bottom might not be as fast as the number one, but it will improve along the way. And that's what we want. As long as our life is improving, we will feel in control of life. And you feel like you're moving forward. As long as you feel like you're moving forward, you'll feel in control of your life. And that is what you want, okay? So I'd like to share you another perspective. I don't know, Brian Tracy. Brian Tracy is a successful speaker and trainer in business, okay? And he shared a rule called 20-80 rule, okay? What that means is he tell his mentee to do exact same thing. In business, list down every single thing you need to do to run your business successfully. He say, list down 10 things. And then he say, if you can only become successful, you only need to focus on the 20% of top of your list. That is it. 20. That means 2 tasks on your list. And if you can do the 2 tasks on your list successfully in business, your business will still become successful. And the rest on the bottom, if you have time, great. But whatever you do throughout the day, make sure your top 2 is done successfully. And if you can do that successfully, he say that your business will still become strong and thrive. And in life, it's the same. We have so many things that we need to do, but the top 2 things, the top 1 thing that the most important to you, you need to make that successful and everything else will fall, okay? If you have time to do the thing on the bottom, great. If not, you will still be okay. It's just that you need to make sure that you are committed to number 1. And if you can commit to number 2, that's even more awesome. Okay, and that is important to understand. It's all about quality and everything will follow. Okay, and it's true. Okay, so how about our other tasks that we need to do, right? We have so many, right? So things that you need to do, try not to do them daily. Okay, so like for example, laundry, things that you don't need to do daily, don't do it daily. Because remember, if something you do daily, it becomes a hassle. And if you don't do it successfully daily, that's where it causes you to stress. Okay, so avoid from doing things daily if you can avoid. So like doing laundry, set a specific time to do it. If you have a lot of people in your family, okay, maybe 2 or 3 times the most, okay, but do not do them daily. If you do things daily, it become a daily hassle and remember health psychology. Things that you do daily, it become a daily hassle. And if you don't do it successfully, you will become stressed out, okay? So like cleaning your room, whatever you need to do, all those things that you need to do, try your best to not do them daily, okay? If you have to do them daily, certain okay, but try to avoid it, okay? If you have to do them 2 times or 3 times a week, then do that, but avoid daily hassle, okay? Don't add any more daily hassle to our life. We have so much already. We have health, we have career, we have relationship. That is a lot to handle already, okay? As a daily hassle, don't add any more to your daily hassle, okay? So sit down and see what can you do that you don't have to do daily, okay? And avoid doing daily. And that will help you manage your life better. That will help you feel more in balance, okay? Because if you have too many daily hassle, then you don't have time for it because we don't have that time, okay? So daily hassle, avoid that if you can. But a lot of time we can avoid. It's just that a lot of time people don't know how to manage their time or prioritize their tasks. So they feel like they have to do it daily. But if you know how to prioritize, know how to time measurement, then a lot of things we don't need to do daily, okay? So that's how you approach it. You're like cleaning. I set a specific time aside during the week to do it only, okay? And commitment to it, right? So it's all about commitment and quality, okay? Washing dishes, then yeah, I had to do that daily. So when I do it, I make sure I do it well, okay? So things that try to avoid daily hassle, that is the key, okay? So next, I'll share with some tips and tools to help you become more productive throughout the day before we go question and answer. Okay. Write down your thoughts. Okay. Every time a thoughts come up, you want to write it down. And here's why. So let's say that I'm on the computer. I'm on the computer a lot because I'm writing article. I'm preparing an event like this, right? I'm preparing an event. And suddenly a thought came up, say, oh, I had to call my dad. Okay. When that thought come up, I had to write it down. Why? Because if you don't write it down, your brain has to use mental energy to not forget. And if the brain uses mental energy not to forget that thought, then the mental energy, you don't have enough mental energy to focus on my task of preparing for the event, which means I have less mental energy, okay? But when you write it down, the thought is out of your head, which means the brain doesn't need to use mental energy anymore to focus on it because you wrote it down. It won't lose. And this means you have more attention and focus to do what you need to do. Okay. And that is important. So in this case, every time I'm working, every time a thought comes up, I will write down on a piece of paper to remind me later. If I'm on the road and I don't have a piece of paper, then I will jot it down into my cell phone, right? A notepad. So everything that I jot down on my notepad, my phone, or my piece of paper, it becomes my to-do list, okay? And that's your to-do list, which means you want to do it as soon as possible, okay? If you get a chance. Because writing down is only temporary out of your head. It will manifest again inside your head, okay? But writing down is just temporary relief. But if you don't do them as soon as possible, it will manifest in your head again, and then you will start to think about it again, and then you don't have time to think about important things. And that's why a lot of people get distraction because they don't either write down the thoughts, because we have a lot of thoughts right now, or they don't solve those little things fast enough, and so it adds up. Okay, so you want to write down, especially when you do tasks that require a lot of mental focus. You want to make sure you don't allow your brain to think so much of other things. And by writing it down, it will help you, okay, to stay more focused. And again, don't you hate it when you don't write it down and then later you say, oh my God, what did I need to do again? Don't you hate it? I hate that sometimes. So by writing down, it also help you remind yourself later on also. So that's another benefit, okay? So right here, I just share with you, water intake. Our brain use a lot of water to think, okay? a lot. It's not about our body. So water, because our brain use a lot of water and blood cell to think. And when you use a lot of blood cell to think, you are losing water, which means you need to drink water throughout the day for your mind. To me, when I come to drinking water, yes, for my body, of course, but it's more about my mind because I'm not that active during the day because I'm a lot of time in the office doing mental work, you know? So I'm drinking water for my mind, not really for my body, okay? Because our mind uses a lot of mental energy, okay? We need to replace what we lose, okay? So a good idea of how much you need to drink is half of your body weight. So let's say that if I weigh 200 pounds, I will divide by 2, and then I'll get 100 ounces. And so 100 ounces is how much I need to drink daily for my body, okay? So that's a good indicator of how much you need to drink for your lifestyle, for your body, okay? And you want to make sure you drink enough for your body. If you are very active throughout the day, then you need to drink a lot for your body. But if I'm not very active, but my mind is very active throughout the day, because I do a lot of mental work, which means I need to drink water for my mind, okay? And that's how the body and mind is connected, okay? So water intake is important. So next, the same, but I share with you, healthy eating. Your brain uses a lot of blood cell, okay? And you need healthy blood cell to think. And how do we get healthy blood cell? Healthy nutrition. Did you know that the #1 cause of mental retardation is malnutrition? If you don't believe me, you can do that research on your own and you will find the answer exactly what I said, okay? And yes, so in this case, your brain needs a lot of blood cell to think, and we need healthy blood cell. And if you don't have healthy blood cell, then you can't think well, okay? So a suggestion to eat healthy food is to get a wide variety of food in, okay? Because our body needs at least 114 vitamins and minerals, okay? That we need to stay healthy. And if you eat one food all the time, let's say that you eat carrots all the time. Carrots do not have 114 vitamins and minerals, okay? So you can sit there and eat carrot all day. You're not gonna get the vitamin and minerals you need, okay? So wide variety mean, for example, if you eat for lunch, for breakfast, you eat banana. For lunch, you want to eat something else, such as an apple. And then dinner, you want to eat something else, such as an orange, grape, or whatever fruits that you haven't eaten yet throughout the day. And so same with vegetable, same with grain, with protein. If you eat rice, you eat cereal for breakfast, then you want to eat something else, grain, for lunch, such as rice, bread, and then for dinner, eat something else. By eating wide variety like that, you have a better chance of getting the 114 nutrients that your body needs to stay healthy, okay? To form that blood cell that your body and mind need, okay? So the last tip is, again, take breaks. Remember I talk about breaks is so important? It's to recharge yourself, okay? Because our body is like a machine. It cannot run forever. And if the machine lack of energy, no matter what you do, it will not give you the result you want. And our body is a machine. If your body is tired, if your mind is tired, no matter how much effort you put in, it will not get you the result you want. And that's why taking break is so important. Remember, after my brain worked for 2 hours, that's a lot of thinking. And my brain needs to rest. Okay. So here's an indicator if your brain is tired. If you lose focus easily, if you can't concentrate successfully, if you get distracted easily, that means your brain is tired or your brain is missing something to help you stay focused. But if your mind is truly focused with water, with blood cell healthy, you can truly stay focused to help you become successful more productively, okay? So in this case, like I said, I'm in the office all the time. So I take a break every hour, okay? So every hour, I will stand up, get a cup of water, use the restroom, and then walk around a little bit for like 1 or 2 or to 5 minutes, okay? That will recharge my body and my mind, okay? So in this case, but the thing is, if I'm drinking water every hour, my body will push me to use the restroom, right? If your body is healthy and you drink water like that every hour, it will make you to use the restroom. You can't do anything about it. So which means Every hour, I have to stand up and use the restroom. So here's my routine. Every hour I stand up, I drink a cup of water, I use the restroom, I walk around, then I'm up already. I walk around for like 2 or 3 minutes and then come back to work. And that is a recharge your body and mind. And people think that that's not as important, but it is important. It's help recharge your body, mind, and spirit. So when you truly sit down, you want to get things done fast, but most importantly, you get the best result. Remember the quality. You can sit down and do things, but you don't get the result that you want, then it's just not benefit, right? So remember, it's all about quality. You can sit down and do as many things as you like, but it's not the quality that you don't get out, then you won't feel that benefit. And remember, in order to feel that benefit that you enjoy doing, is the quality, okay? And that's why resting is important. Okay, so that's the end.